William Byron once wrote, "We believe people have a right and a duty to participate in society, seeking together the common good and well-being of all, especially the poor and the vulnerable." Byron relates this statement to Catholic social teaching. Hi, my name is Carr Evans, and I am a senior at Stewart Hall High School in San Francisco, California. Stewart Hall High School is a school that prides itself on service as it is found in the school's curriculum. At Stewart Hall, we have a deep respect for service and our commitment to it. At Stewart Hall High School, we have 5 goals that are the basis of our curriculum and values. One goal that relates to my service site and my service experiences is Goal 2. Schools of the Sacred Heart commit themselves to educate to a deep respect for intellectual values. Stewart Hall believes in service, many different ways, as in one of them is described perfectly by Rachel Naomi Remen, an author who writes, "Service rests upon the basic premises that the nature of life is sacred, that life is a holy mystery which has unknown purpose." One of the criteria of Goal 2 shows this respect, saying the school provides a rigorous education that incorporates all forms of critical thinking and inspires a lifelong love of learning. Seniors carry out this goal by going to their service sites and experiencing new teachings and respects, as we see that everyone has dignity and a right and needs service, as described by Huston Smith, a religious studies scholar, who states, "The conviction that every human being, simply by virtue of his or her humanity, is a child of God, and therefore in possession of rights that even kings must respect." My service site is Vintage Coventry, whose goal states, "We believe that a person in his or her senior years, having spent a lifetime providing for their families and contributing to their community, is deserving of nothing but the best we have to offer." Vintage Coventry directly connects to the Goal 2 criteria because they take a deep respect in providing this comfort for the residents, as Stewart Hall takes a deep respect in commitment and learning. At Vintage Coventry, we have many experiences that give me respect for what the workers do and the experience of talking and spending time with the seniors, as what gives me my respect for them and the mission of Vintage Coventry. Me and my friend Benjamin Mapupule, another senior at Stewart Hall, goes to Vintage Coventry with me on Wednesdays. We both enjoy the atmosphere and the tone of the community, as it is very upbeat and connected there. As we walk through the halls with one of our supervisors, we see that the community is connected and everyone knows each other. They act as a family, and as they strike up conversations with each other and participate together in activities as described by a resident on their website. Living at Vintage is like living in a large family. You never have to be alone. There is always someone to talk to and laugh with. There is always something to do: day trips, games, reading, painting, and bingo. It's always a great day at Vintage. I feel that Vintage Coventry connects directly with Possum and Terrace, a 1963 encyclical on human rights and duties by Pope John XXIII, who stated in his work, "Men are by nature social, and consequently they have the right to meet together and to form associations with their fellows." Part of our job is to set up these activities for the seniors. This usually takes most of our time since the activities can be big and take some work to make, like a big bingo game or when they play courtroom cases together, my favorite. If we have time after we set up the activity though, we go and have a conversation with some of the seniors. This is my favorite part because they get to meet new people. Conversing with the seniors is where I get what I want at this knowledge and experience. One day, early in the year of our internship, me and Benji had an opportunity to sit down and converse with the various seniors about their lives and ours. This does not happen often, so when our supervisor Jordan said we could go and have some time with the seniors, I became excited, but also nervous, because I have always been shy when meeting new people and having to talk to them because I feel pressured. Yet I went in with the best intentions and I was proud that I did. As I conversed with some seniors, I felt more comfortable. They told me about their professions. Some were teachers, some were scientists, and one was a pro who used to be the best in the US. They each told me how it used to be, and it made me feel kind of sad that I didn't live back then. They made it sound like heaven. It also made me grateful that I live now because we've had advancements that could have never been dreamed of back then. Before each senior had to leave, Jordan would always ask them what advice could they give us. It was always to study. At the time, I thought it was that typical saying that your grandparents would say when you saw them after a while and when they ask, "Are you getting those good grades?" Later though, I thought about this, and with the college process and the graduation approaching, I thought to myself that this year isn't going to be getting any easier and that the seniors at Vintage Coventry were right. They gave me knowledge and realization that school is all about work, and there can be fun in it, but you have to do the work. They gave me respect for my studies, and every time I do a homework assignment or paper, I think of them saying, "Do your work, and it will pay off." My personal experience at Vintage Coventry has given me more knowledge and aspects of what school is and service. In my service, I learned that I'm not only serving them, but myself as well. When we serve, our work itself will sustain us. I feel a connection with them even when I'm doing work because they gave advice that I will carry on for the rest of my life. Service, on the other hand, is an experience of mystery, surrender, and awe. Service is renewing, says Reverend. I believe this is to the fullest extent because without service, much of the good in this world would not exist.